Have y'all heard about the opening date for us next year?
Opening date for the season?
Yeah, the home game.
Nope, didn't hear about it.
Not me.
No? Well, you better start marking your calendars for December 9th.
December 9th, baby.
December 9th. That's right around the corner.
It's your birthday, isn't it?
It's close.
It's not my birthday, by the way, fans. Don't. No presents on that day, please.
Hey everyone, Juan Gamboa here with the episode number 5 of the Dallas Sidekicks podcast. Today we have some of the longtime members of the Sidekicks. We got Jamie Lovegrove. We got Mr. Cameron Brown over here, coming off of one of his many surgeries throughout his career.
What number is that now?
This is surgery number 9.
On the left side.
No, just overall. On the left side is the third one.
How you feeling?
I'm okay. 6 days out. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Long process.
Does it get easier after each one? Or does it only get harder? Knowing the fact of what you got to go through every single time.
I think mentally at the beginning it's harder.
Yeah.
As you get through week 1, week 2, you're like, okay, I've felt this before, so now I know like kind of the checkpoints to hit and what to get to. So it also depends on the type of surgery that you get. So the type of surgery just means, how aggressive you go with the rehab, how much you have to wait, how patient you have to be, stuff like that. So, but yeah.
Back before the season starts. Huh?
Yeah, just in time.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Have you had any surgeries?
None, mate.
No.
Oh, well, no, hamstring surgery last year.
Yeah.
That was nothing like that, though, I don't think I could do it, mate, honestly.
Yeah, you could.
No, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
Takes a lot, man.
Yeah.
You, surgeries?
Ankle, but back when I was like a freshman in high school. It took me about 6 months, and I was back by the time the high school season started again, so
Yeah.
didn't miss out too much.
Makes you stronger though.
Yeah.
Mentally for sure makes you a lot tougher.
But Tori loves having you at
Outside
home
of-
like that. Huh?
Yeah, it's tough. Tough on her, but she does a great job.
Kids okay with it? Or the kids just jump around and
No,
expect you?
they don't really. They come in and say hi, and they want to be around me, but they know that they can't really touch this area yet. So they're good with it. They've done pretty well.
Love it.
What about family? How's your family doing?
Everyone's good, mate.
Babies?
Everyone's good. Yeah, babies are good. We head to Virginia. What's today? Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
We head to
Yes.
Virginia tomorrow to go to nationals. Kids are coming with me.
Oh, that'd
People
be
on the
fun.
plane are going to be buzzing. We've got 2 seats for 4 people. Enjoy that, by the way. But yeah, no, kids are good, mate. Older kids are good. Finally got my oldest to FC Dallas, so that's good.
Nice.
Yeah. And then everyone's good. You?
Babies are growing up. I mean, summertime, I get to be home with them a lot more, so it's fun to be there and try and keep them active and get them
How old
tired.
are yours
So
now?
they'll be 4 in August. Yeah, they'll be 4.
Goes by fast, doesn't it?
Really fast.
Yeah.
Really, really fast.
What yours, Cam?
They're all good. My oldest plays soccer nonstop. She loves it. The next one down plays as well. She's playing an indoor league over the summer. She loves it as well. The little boy, he doesn't have much. He's not of age to like compete in all the other
Yeah.
ones yet. He's still a little young. So next year, he's gonna play again, have fun, do his thing, and then the baby's just around it all. But she's
Baby only does what I want to do.
she's a handful. She definitely knows she's the last one. She has to be heard, and she lets us know. But she's great. Yeah, they're great. They're healthy. That's all I can ask for.
Sure. At the end of the day, that's all we want.
Yep.
I mean, I know y'all coach club and all that stuff, so I guess summer's kind of been kind of chill for y'all. Y'all take a break? No breaks?
No.
What do y'all do
It's the
during
worst
summer?
time for me. I don't know about you, but it's the worst time for me.
Yeah.
We finished season. We hit because we qualified for regionals. We hit maybe a week break, and then we're training again all up to regionals, which was in San Diego 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so
One of my teams qualified for the nationals, so then they keep training. The other teams are off, and then we go again, and then preseason starts August 1st.
wow.
Yeah, it doesn't stop, mate. We don't have it easy. Not like you teachers, you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
summer breaks and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
That's why I'm teaching. That's why I coach the high school stuff, man.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's a lot. How do you do yours with that?
For those
His
who are,
favorite.
for
His favorite. Tell everybody else to do what they're doing. Huh?
for those who are watching, we're not all on the level of Jamie as a coach, so sometimes we don't coach these
way
travel
better than me at
teams and all
coaching.
that. So, no, summertime is kind of when you bring it, like the groups change. So you bring in new players. You're holding tryouts. You're holding open practices so that you can you can have new players' interest, because every year players' families, they leave for whatever reason, and you have to replace them with players. So you're constantly training throughout the summer. There's a little time off here and there just for vacation for obviously myself, my family, but for all the families who want to travel in the summer, try to accommodate that and help them out as much as possible, because at the end of the day,
a long year.
They want to make sure they're still happy and comfortable at home. So my daughter's team went to Supercopa, which is kind of the biggest youth tournament right now, in this era. And so that was in Florida. We kind of used that as like a tournament/vacation with that group. So we trained hard, prepared for that, did well there, had fun. And then since we've been back, that group's kind of been off here and there. And then all my other groups, I've had to kind of like, bring in some new players. So again, having to train all the way up and through July 1st. So, yep. So July 1st has happened. That's kind of
the signing day stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. Yep. So now the new year started. So now we're in full swing preseason mode, kind of try to get out there. So for me, I get back next week and get out there with the kids again and just get them going. Obviously for me on a limited basis, but for my teams, trying to prepare them for the next year.
And how many teams do you coach?
I have 4 right now.
Jay?
3.
3.
Yep.
That's cool, man. That's y'all stay busy. I know that for sure.
Well, hold on. Let's go back to coaching, because somebody won pretty substantial trophy with their high school team. Am I correct? I don't know if you remember. Do you remember? He didn't really say anything about it at training or anything like that.
I do remember.
Well, I mean, that was my first playoff win as a head coach. I've been in some smaller districts throughout my coaching career, and getting Anna and being able to win that by-district trophy was kind of big for the school and kind of big for me, it being my first playoff win as a head coach, so it felt good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the cool part about coaching school, is that it's kind of, you represent the little city or town you're in, and you try and make them go as far as possible.
But so after you won what you won, then do you go into, was it like state?
It's like an area. There's like 7 games before you make it to the state final.
Oh my.
Yeah, so it's still a lot. It's still a long process. But I mean, to get that first one off my back, it kind of felt good, and we're looking forward to the next couple seasons there.
Yeah, something you can build on.
Yeah, for sure. We have a great team.
We don't know what playoff wins are like. We never had one.
I haven't had one of those in a while.
You had one?
I had one. We beat this guy.
We beat them?
Yeah, when I was with Oxford.
I didn't play in that one. I was at home.
When y'all killed our Lafayette team.
The first year.
No.
Won the playoffs.
We lost to...
I think you won one of those games. You didn't win one of those.
No, we lost to... was it La Raza? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was
Monterey.
It was RGV Flash at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we beat you.
Yeah, they had a... Did you play for them then? Get out of here. Did you really?
Yeah. Since
They had that.
2012, my first
free kick.
Yeah, Janoni hit the free kick around Sagu.
My first game.
It was our fault. It wasn't Sagu's.
My first official game was against y'all.
Is that when I nutmegged you?
Probably. So, I mean, off season, we have a long time to kind of rest the body after tough season. I know Cam, I mean, you're taking it easy, trying to make sure our knees are back. Jay, I've seen some posts of you trying to get back on the treadmill, getting out there. How far out do you start kind of trying to get back into something you feel can get you back in shape a little bit quicker by the time the season hits?
Yeah, I'm on week 2 right now. Started really like going at it yesterday. Was the start of this week, so I'll have a easier day today. But I'm trying to start now, mate. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I'm trying to start now. I don't think last year, obviously coming off the surgery straight into season helped me. And yeah, I'm just trying to get back to where I think I can be. And it starts now for me. Obviously, I know this guy was vigorous before this happened. When did you usually start?
Yeah.
It's almost like a preseason,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I used to call it.
You know what I mean?
Preseason. Yeah. For me, I mean,
We're old
over
now,
the
though. We've got to manage it
yeah,
a
that's the
little
thing.
bit.
That over the
Yeah.
years, it's you can't just go crazy and
Yeah.
then take a break off or whatever. You got to manage the timing of it. So for me, I usually would stay kind of do management over the summer, in summer months, July, August, and then September would almost do my own kind of preseason type of thing. Would go, based on fitness tests that I've had in the past.
You set them up? You like do a legit fitness test? You
Yeah.
don't just run?
Well, I mean, like set a goal
Right.
to get to that fitness
Right.
test
Yeah.
to pass by the end of the week or the end of 2 weeks, and then get to that. And once I hit that mark, then go to another one. And so
What, like the beat test, something like that?
beat test, and then like the mile, a time to get to the mile, the 2 mile, and then there's other tests that we used to do. At Carolina, we used to do them like shuttle type runs. And
Threw
stuff
that one
like
in
that,
there.
So.
By the way, if anybody doesn't know, Cam played for UNC. Okay.
North Carolina. Yeah. But yeah, would do that and try to like get a good base up to preseason, and then obviously use preseason as a, get there.
Explosive
But
type of
that's
stuff,
the thing is it's tough because obviously if anybody watches indoor soccer or knows it, it is a shorter season, but it's also
Back-to-back games.
Yeah, we know, but we
High
know that
impact,
we
yeah.
know that like by week 2 or 3, we're still not going to be firing. We're still
No,
not going to be
yeah.
coming in, in form,
The
in the
game
best
speed
fitness.
is hard
so,
to
yeah,
It's hard
catch
to
up
replicate,
So,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like how
for sure.
how are you supposed to replicate an indoor game?
yeah, you can.
Is it like what, like a minute on?
That's the
You know what I'm
closest
saying?
to it.
Like
Right.
sprinting for a minute and
Yeah.
then don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the treadmill workouts are really good for those. We used to
Mm-hmm.
do those as well, where you run on for a certain time and then jump off, and then
yeah.
run on, and it's really good. But in indoor, it's tough because you
Change of direction.
yeah.
Offense,
But the thing is
defense.
if you wear yourself out in a preseason and you're going into the season
Oh, yeah, you're
sore
done.
and
Yeah, you're
tired,
done. You're
your
done.
body never
Yeah.
recovers. So you end up getting injured or you end up missing games, and then your rhythm is really thrown off. So it's really about the timing and the management of it. Obviously, we had some young guys this year as well. When you're 18, 19, 20 years old, it's a little different for them. They can kind of go every day, heavy, sometimes 2 times a day, and they're fine. But, at the end of the day, even the young guys, they start to break down throughout the season too. So it's just about managing that. But yeah, I mean, just doing like a management over the summer, and then, almost about a 2-month kind of mini preseason on your own, 3-4 days a week of fitness, 1 day in the gym, something like that. Touches on the ball are hard to replicate as well,
Yeah, for
because there's no real training environment. There's outdoor in the USL or something like that, but in that time frame, their leagues are kind of coming to the end, so you can't really get into a season or an environment outside with a team there unless you're signed to a contract. So, then you kind of do stuff on your own. Obviously, we coach, so you're touching with the kids, but that's obviously not the same either. So you have to do a lot on your own. But again, that's why you kind of use preseason for that as well, and that's why I think it's good. I think everybody now in the league has a pretty consistent preseason. Everybody has a start date. Take a couple days, but everybody goes through a preseason. So the league has done a great job of getting that window and everybody on the same page in that window. Sure. So I think that's really good.
Yeah, for sure.
But even but that's as an outfield player. What's it like for you? I mean, you literally cannot. I mean, other than just go and get people to shoot on you. I mean, I don't know what is it like for you?
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said. I've started running a little bit. I try and, like Cam says, maintain throughout the summer. Go out there, run 2-3 miles 2-3 times a week. Try and stay in as much shape as I can. But like you said, we can't push at this point in time, because by the time season hits, we're dead already, right? So I'm lucky enough to get to go train with one of the Sidekicks legend, Mr. Sagu. He lets me go out there, jump into his training sessions with his kids, and I get a good workout out there. I was out there Sunday, and he's always very he always invites me out and lets me jump in, so I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, I mean, I try and stay in shape, and I don't really do much goalkeeping stuff unless I go to like one of Sagu's sessions, just because, like you said, the indoor keeping, I mean,
It's hard to replicate, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to go rent out an indoor facility and have 3-4 guys show up and train or whatever. It's a little bit different, so just trying to keep the body in shape, trying to get any goalkeeping stuff I can when I can, and then once season hits, I push a little bit more and make sure my reactions and all that stuff are as ready as they can be.
Speaking a little bit more on goalkeeping, talk about your glove company, because I have actually several kids that play for me, keepers, that use your product and they love it. So it's just an amazing thing that, I mean, it comes full circle. Like, I have kids that play for me that use your gloves.
Yeah, so I've been, I own my own goalkeeping brand called Gamboa Sports. I've been working on it for about 10 years now. I get to design, I get to produce, and it's like Cam says, it's awesome to see kids wear your product, wear your designs, and I mean, we just work hard on it and try and make them as available as possible to the people here in the DFW area, and we have a lot of orders coming throughout the U.S. So it's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that I'm passionate about, just drawing and creating and stuff like that. So it's just cool, like Cam says, to see the younger keepers wearing your ideas and designs.
But you're doing a lot in the community for it too, though, right? Like, you do, what is it, like Save a month or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, we host.
Keepers, get on Save of the Month.
Yeah, we host a Save of the Month competition every month on, I want to say it's Foot 411, the Facebook page, where me and our Gometa president, Garth Adams, we ask people to share their saves, and then people vote on the Save of the Month, and we gift them a personalized pair of gloves each month. So
I'm gonna go next week. Watch.
Yeah, it's kind of it's our way to give back a little.
No.
You were the better
keeper
six
that you coach.
Oh, I know. I don't know. I need to get you to my keepers.
Sounds good, man. Just let me know. So now I know we've kind of been on summer break, but there's been a little bit of international games going on. How have your teams been doing? Has England played any important matches or anything?
You winded me up, right?
Just
Under 21 Euro champions, mate.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. Keeper saved that PK.
What a save against Spain, huh?
For sure.
Yeah, big time keeper. Yeah, no, England under 21s played. They won the Euros. Doesn't mean much. I can see his reactions next to me. It's better than the Gold Cup. That's going on right now, right? Yeah. America.
And Mexico.
Mexico too.
Semifinals.
Play tonight, right?
Tonight.
Against?
We got Jamaica.
Oof. Who do you play?
Who do I play?
USA. You're American.
I'm an American citizen. I'm an American citizen.
Me too.
I support different styles.
Lars is playing tonight.
He'll be on Univision if y'all.
He's commentating for.
Oh, they're playing Panama.
Panama. Yeah.
Big game.
Yeah.
It is.
Jamaica's good, man.
I know. No, I mean, the way Mexico's playing is kind of iffy. I can't really trust them too much to get the results against Jamaica.
Jamaica's using all their players as well right now. Like everybody they have available.
But didn't they recently get like a bunch of like Jamaican passport holders, like parents and grandparents that have played? Does Antonio not play? Mikel Antonio?
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, but he's
Antonio. Yeah.
Well,
the guy that plays for
US.
Plays for Reed. You know Reed, the Dreadlocks.
No.
He plays in the Premier League, I think.
Oh, D. Cordova Reed?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, from Fulham.
Is he English?
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
For Fulham.
Yeah,
he's there. I mean, they're good. They've got Damari Gray. Plays for Everton.
Yeah, so yeah. Raheem Sterling's supposed to be Jamaican too, but he's going to play for England. Well, he played for England, still does.
They got good stuff.
Where's the game tonight? You going to watch?
I think it's in like California somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it.
Is it the same time?
No.
2 days, right?
I think
tonight and then tomorrow.
Yeah, I think US plays tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then the final will be Sunday.
Yeah. It'll be good. Yeah, I think it's good. So I only support one club. That's all I support. I don't really. I mean, the international games.
Inter Miami.
Yeah. Honestly, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about now at this point? Ronaldo never came to America, but Messi came. Yeah. Like comparison, right? Comparison, like for like. I mean, Ronaldo's in Saudi Arabia doing whatever the hell he wants to do over there, but
score.
Do you think it's too early?
I don't know. I think David Beckham did a great job.
Of course he did.
I think obviously he when it came down to it, it's what the club could offer Messi, not just in the contract, but everything else that came with it. can look up and do your own research about everything that he
Sure.
got out of that. I don't think Messi's a guy that really gets into. I mean, he's made so much money already, anyways.
Doesn't need it for
Gonna
the money,
make-
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I would say a lot of these guys, they're not in it. I mean, money's obviously important where they go, but it's more for the principle of the fact instead of, just settling for something else. It's more like, hey, these are some of the best players of all time. Like you gotta make it worth it, obviously.
Yeah.
So for him going to Inter Miami, I think, I mean, the other signings as well. So I think Beckham's not only, obviously drawing the interest of the club and building off of Messi's name and his brand that way, but I mean, he's legitimately now, we're bringing in Busquets,
Alba,
most
right?
likely Jordi Alba.
Sergio Ramos?
I mean, there's a lot of people talk that it could come in, and for that, I think he's going to really have a go at the title while also kind of following that MLS method of bringing these famous stars to continue to build soccer in the United States. But I think, I mean, I think Messi's going to come in here, and I think obviously, you're just going to see. I mean, he's still phenomenal. I mean, he's still phenomenal. He changes the game with every touch that he takes.
Yeah,
so he's going to come in and do some amazing things. The MLS is just going to be, it's just going to be a different type of thing for him. But I think for him, it's more about he's just coming here. His family's going to relax and he's going to have fun with it.
Could think of worse places to move to, couldn't you? Than Miami.
Yeah.
From Paris.
Crawley.
From Paris, where
Crawley?
all
Crawley's
those
better than Miami, mate. Trust me.
the beaches there are really nice.
We don't have any beaches in England, mate.
But yeah, no, I think it's a decent move. I wish he would have gone back to Barcelona. I think everything was there, but they just couldn't do the payment. Barcelona's still in a payment difficulty right now. So,
do you think the players they're bringing in are going to be enough to get them at least to the playoffs this season? I mean, I don't follow it that close.
I think
they're struggling
I think
right
the
now.
playoffs, because there's more teams that go into the playoffs
Yeah.
now with how many teams are in the league. So
I think
they get to the
personally,
playoffs. But
you're going to see Messi kind of walk around a little bit, then touch the ball and score, and then you know what I mean. Like I mean, you watch him play now. He's not. He's always been a player offensively. When you give him the ball, you're like, oh, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So I think he's going to create that much excitement. And no disrespect to people in the MLS, but I mean, he's played against international Champions League defenders. He's going to be playing against, no names, but some pretty average defenders that, even in the World Cup, right? Was it Australia, right? That they were like maybe 0-0 against, and he just turned it on and that was it, game over.
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez scored a goal that game.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be interesting. I think they'll do enough to get to the playoffs, but after that, I don't think they're gonna go because the MLS is just. It's a tough league. It's a tough league because there's so much.
A lot more physical.
Yeah, there's so much parity. I mean, anybody can beat anybody on a night. It's kind of like obviously for us in indoor soccer, anybody can beat anybody given the right moment. I just don't think Inter Miami have enough right now to go on and do that. Obviously, they're sitting next to last in their conference right now. So, but I mean, again,
what a turnaround that would be if he comes in and gets them into the playoffs.
That's what it is. I mean, again, it's moves made that aren't. I mean, yeah, obviously the soccer bit is. They're going to do their thing. Those guys that come in, they're going to play. They're some of the best players of all time.
Every stadium is sold out.
That's right. Yeah. So ultimately, for the game of soccer, it's the biggest move.
And for the MLS too, right?
Yeah, it's the biggest move ever. So I think it's the biggest move since Beckham came over. That was kind of the first one. And when he came over, I mean, United States soccer, MLS changed historically, like forever. Yeah. And now, obviously, for Messi to come over, that's a bigger move. But man, it's changed the game, and now everybody wants to go see. It's sold out, like you said. Ticket prices went up, so business-wise, genius move. Soccer-wise, great move. All in all, an amazing move that's going to help us just in the United States love the game a bit more.
For sure,
it's my favorite player of all time. So I'm going to try to get a game here and there, but I just don't. I mean, they're already sold out for next season. I mean, it's just hard enough here in Dallas.
On Apple TV.
Yeah, I know.
Do they come to FC Dallas next year?
I think next year they do, but I think it's already sold out. I don't know. FC Dallas people could tell us.
So just trying to circle back to, I mean, we're probably some of the older guys that have been on the Sidekicks. How many seasons with the Sidekicks have you played so far, Cam?
I just finished the 8th season.
Okay.
I've been around for 11 years with the Sidekicks, 10, 11 years, but only played in 8 seasons. Injuries, time off. Obviously, we went in a year hiatus as well.
Yeah.
The first year they came back, the new era, I was still in college at that time, so I didn't get to obviously play in that season. Trained a little bit with the team, but yeah, been 8 seasons. This season, I don't know. We're gonna see how rehab goes and everything,
Yeah.
but I got to be smart with it
For sure.
because I still want to play, and I still feel that I've got
Left, mate.
things to give still to the game. That this year was, I've never had a season like this year before, and so it makes you want it a little bit more. Makes you want to come back and you know, show what we've actually got here. And
For sure.
I'll take my time with it and be smart about it, but at the same time, eager to see what this year's brings.
Jay?
I think I'm on 10 in the league, and I think I'm 8-2. Am I? No, 7.
I don't know.
I did.
With the Sidekicks?
7 with the Sidekicks, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's 7 or 8. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
Because the year that we had off, I was in San Diego. The year that I came back, I started in San Diego. Obviously, went across town to Mesquite for 1 year when we played. So I think it's 10 seasons and my 8th. I think we're on the same. I think we're on the same number. I don't know how we're on the same number, but I think we are. Right?
I think 1 year
I played the first year.
No,
But
one year I think you had where you played like 4 or 5 games.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
you had to go
And then
back home,
I went back. So you
Yeah.
don't really count that year, I guess. So 7.
No, I would say that would be 9 for you, and that one like 8.5.
Okay. 8.5.
That one right there, it's like a half a year, but then 8 full years.
Yeah. Yeah, so, again, obviously bouncing off what he said, I think it's been known that we weren't happy last year. I think that's why I'm kind of starting maybe a little bit earlier than normal with the running and stuff like that, because I don't personally feel like I achieved what I wanted to. But, you know, let's get back to it. Let's get hungry. And, again, I think he's hit the nail on the head with the the additional motivation for it, right, is, you know, we don't want to be where we were last year. I think that, you know, we've always spoke about this franchise being a playoff franchise, and all jokes aside, we've made it maybe 2 or 3 times. So we know the standard that we want to get to. We know the standard that we can believe in. So we just got to make sure we get there.
For sure, for sure.
What is it for you?
Overall, in the league, 11. I just finished my 7th season with the Sidekicks. Like you said, that hiatus year where Sidekicks took a year off. I played a few games with Chihuahua.
Did you really?
I did. I played like 5 games with Chihuahua that season. Coach Borrego invited me out to play anytime they were over here across the pond. So I got to play with them. And then, I mean, I've been here ever since. Anytime the Sidekicks have been available to play, I've been here. So, yeah. Best career season, Cam?
That would have been, was it 16, 17?
Could be the one that you got the 28, was it 28 goals in a row? No?
26 games.
26 games with a goal every game.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a 16, 17, yeah, for sure, that season. I think it was that one.
This season right here?
Yeah, that was the season there, the Under Armour one. I think it was 16, 17. Yeah, it was, I mean, it just, I think in indoor, we all know we've been in it a long time, but when you're in form, things just happen. I mean, I look back on that season and so many goals that I'm like, you know, it just found yourself in the right moment. The touch just was there. And, you know, you look at like this past season, I mean, opportunities that you missed or just like touches that were off just here. I mean, you're like, just any one of those were the other way around in that season, that streak wouldn't have happened or something like that. So obviously it's a game of form. Once you're in form, it should happen. I mean, it just happens. And like the ball finds you and, you know, stuff that you're mishitting or something, it's going in, or you're not meaning to do something, it's still finding the back of the net. So form is there. So I think it was just a run of form. Obviously, you know, for most of those goals, you know, everything had to be created by the team or an assist. So obviously we were clicking as a team as well. Just a little bit more familiar with each other, just a little bit more guys who had been around the league for a while. So, Yeah, I would say that season for sure. I mean, everything was just working out, and it just happened to be a run of form. I don't really, consider myself a goal scorer, even throughout my club career and college career and all that. As an outdoor player, wasn't more of a goal scorer. It was more of a creator, just like a person who finds open opportunities to set up people, maybe create goal scoring opportunities, but just being dangerous that way. So for that one, I played target, the center forward role that year, and again, it was more about just finding little pockets of space here and there for tapping goals or, creating some of my own here and there. But again, it's just more about reading the game and reading those type of situations and being able to have the ball find you in those moments to go score. So it was a great run, phenomenal run, and it's hard to replicate. It's hard to do again because, again, like I said, it's just so many things have to be going right, and sometimes when they go off just a little bit here and there, it can get you down. But yeah, that would say that season.
Did you go into every game knowing in your mind that you're going to score, or was you going in going, this could be the one that I know you pretty well. Well, you're my roommate, so I think that I can say I read you pretty well. I don't think you were going into the game going, this is the streak I'm getting to. I think you just felt like you were again, like you said, you were unstoppable at that time. But was there ever a moment where you went, oh, I'm not going to get it this game?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. I think it was more every game of, okay, if I'm going to score tonight, how am I going to go score?
Yeah.
Based on the players we're playing against,
yeah.
the team and how their defense is set up, the goalkeeper who I'm playing against tonight, and kind of just thinking that way. Is it going to be, a back post tap in? Is that how you're going to score tonight? Or is it going to be where I have to take players one-on-one and create? Or is it going to have to be, catch them on a counterattack? Or is it going to have to be, on a power play? Just something like that. I mean, just thinking about those moments of how I'm going to score. But confidence is always kind of a thing with me. That's been the toughest part. Confidence is the hardest part. So for me, it's trying to find ways that you can go on and make an impact. And so once the games got rolling, there was like 10, 11, 12 games in or whatever, and you're scoring, then it becomes like, okay, I think I'm going to score today. So let's just go out there and focus on one play at a time, one shift at a time. Towards the back end of the streak, oddly enough, I lost it against Tacoma. We had won that game, and we had needed to win that game to get in to like a playoff contention type of spot.
Tacoma here or?
It was here. Yeah, it was here. And I had, 6 probably clear, easy chances to score a goal, and it just didn't happen. Danny Waltman was in goal that night, and he just, it was one of those nights where he was, just saving everything, right? And you're just like, man, it was so tough. But again, we won the game, and it was really good for us. But like, it went into that game, I didn't think like, man, I'm not going to score on Danny Waltman, on Tacoma. I was able to score on them previously in the year, so again, like, I could do it. And it just didn't happen. And then once it didn't happen, it was kind of like, okay, it's done. Let's move on, and let's, finish the season out strong.
Which one of the 26 was your favorite, other than being the 26th? Obviously, the one that broke the streak. Well, is there one that sticks out for you? Like, this was the best goal of the 26th. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there were
most important, one preferred, whatever it may be.
There are a lot of random goals in that mix, in that streak. I would say the favorite one was the streak was broken at 21. So like 20 was the tie, and then 21 was the.
I thought 26 was it? So
26. Yeah, I got 5 more after that. 21 was the game against Chihuahua. Well, no, sorry, no, not Chihuahua. It was Sonora. Then they were called Sonora here, and Ricardinho.
Yeah.
We had just gone on a counter. We had lost it. I was about to come off, and then we won it. So they were making a change, and I stayed on, and Ricky won the ball, and right away he played me in behind their defense.
Shooting towards where our changing room is, right?
Yeah. I took a touch, flicked it over the oncoming keeper, and then volleyed it in the first post. And that was Diego came out, and that one was the most memorable because obviously it broke the streak. But like I said, everything had to be right in that moment. You try those like last year and it doesn't come off, or you miss the target, or it comes off your shin guard and goes over there. So like everything just had to be right. Ricky had to make that pass
You have to stay on.
in that moment. Yeah, had to stay on instead of changing. Like it had to just work out, and it did. And I just, like I said, when you're in those moments, things just work out like that. So that was the favorite one. I was wearing those red boots over there for that night as well. So that was a favorite one. But there's so many random goals in there. I mean, there's so many goals that I look back and I'm like, I don't know how that one went in. I mean, I scored one from midfield. I scored one from, just outside the yellow line I was facing away from goal, and I just turned and hit it. And you're just like, I don't ever think I'd score something like that again. So it just happened to be in the run there. But yeah, that season was a good season for me personally.
Jay?
Last year when we went to playoffs against KC, I think it was. It's either one of the way rounds. It was 20 goals and 18 assists, or 18 goals and 20 assists. I can't remember. I just, again, sort of bouncing off what he was saying. I just going into every single game knowing I was going to get points. And I think, again, I think you go back to, he touched on it a little bit, is your teammates at that time. Obviously, extremely lucky to be able to play with some of the players that we had in that group last year, right? With Luis especially, right? I think most of my assists were to him. So if you find yourselves, again, there was some ridiculous assists. Like I've gone to shoot and he was there, and I think even it's just finding your moments, finding your spaces, and I went in last year and I knew that every single game it was going to be points, and honestly towards the end I'm probably a little bit more overconfident compared to Cam. I was like, well, how many am I going to get tonight? How many goals am I going to get? Or how many? Because in that moment, literally, I'm superstitious to a certain extent, but the shoes I was wearing were the same shoes every game, and it was like, no matter what I didn't do, I always found myself with scoring opportunities. I think we played in the game against KC in the playoffs to go into overtime. I don't even know how it happened, but the ball just came to me and I hit a volley, probably the worst volley I've ever hit. And it just seemed to bounce through people, ended up through, I think, Tetsane's legs. And again, like bouncing, it was just such a good year for me. And I knew it was, again, just going into every single game, just going, I'm going to get one tonight, But, I was very happy with that. Obviously, didn't replicate it this year, so we've got to replicate it again next year.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And you?
I really enjoyed last season. I mean, I felt like.
By the way, the games would have been a lot worse if you didn't play last. I mean, you were making some unreal saves.
Well, not this past.
Past the one that I was.
The one you were talking about, where we made it.
Well, we still needed you last year as well.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like I contributed it the most, and I was helpful to the team in getting some important results throughout that season. So that made me feel good. I mean, luckily throughout my career, I've been able to play some important games. Back in the PSL days, I made semifinals. I made a final one year. So with La Fiera. Yeah. We got to the end, and Chicago killed us over there in
Mustangs.
Chicago.
How good was that Mustangs team though? They were so good.
They annihilated us.
One, right? Vlaca.
Yeah. Everybody. I mean.
Yeah. Taylor Bond.
It was a great team, and we just got destroyed at the final. But I mean, I think for myself personally, that 2 seasons ago where we made the playoffs and we were competitive, and I felt like I was contributing to the team and making the important saves and saving some shootouts and stuff like that. That's the one I've enjoyed the most, and I mean that's what I want to get back to. I mean, last season, it was tough, especially as a keeper where. People see the results, and first thing they say is, "Man, that keeper is not very good." But they don't know the whole story and everything we do out there trying to save our butts and stuff like that. But I mean, I want to get back to playoff contention. I want to get this team back to somewhere where we can be proud of being representatives of this organization. So hopefully. Like you said, hopefully this next season we can get back to those type of results and be the competitive team that we know we should be and just get the organization back, the name back where it's supposed to be up in the top of the league.
What would I've seen on the other podcasts they talk about this, but what would be without going? I mean, don't want to go too much into it, but what would what does that look like? What would it take for us to get back there? Because people don't know this, and they get. I mean, obviously we've got to get more notoriety about the league. But I mean, this league is very, very tough. I mean, I don't think people understand. I mean, for the Sidekicks to be the the team with the worst record last year doesn't always mean that we've just had a complete fall off or a collapse.
Yeah.
But it means how strong the league is. And I mean, again,
The league's gotten stronger.
it is. And then that's the thing is there are players that have moved now, and it seems like now, it's more of that professional standard. It's guys will go here if there's a better offer or if there's a better setup. And guys who are doing it with their families or whatever. I mean, it's just players are moving. Obviously, you're still going to have majority of your players who are local, who live, who work, who do whatever here in the cities that they're in. But it's becoming a league that I think when I first started is something we wanted to see more of. Not just this kind of amateur, semi-pro type of thing. This is an actual thing, and it's a really competitive league, and a lot of people are starting to know about it. You get players that are coming in that are from the MLS or from the USL, and I mean guys who played previously as well in Europe. I mean, it's a great league and it's really good. And so for us, what do you think needs to happen? I mean, just briefly, from a standpoint of attacking wise, defensive wise, and special teams wise, so to speak. I mean, what do you think needs to happen?
I mean, for sure, we need to lower our goals allowed.
Yeah, for sure.
I know we've struggled with that in the past, and we just kind of click off for a few minutes here and there, and teams capitalize on it, and we find ourselves in a hole, and we're always trying to dig ourselves out. And I mean, like you said, I felt like a lot of the games we were competitive, but then there was that little lapse in time where we kind of turned off, and that's where everything kind of crumbled. In each game, something happened in that type of form. So I just want to see us being able to compete, getting those tough wins instead of falling short.
We didn't do last year.
Yeah,
We didn't get the tough wins. And I think when we made the playoffs the year before, we got some tough wins. When the going was getting tough, we stood up and we were like, you know what, let's go. And I think luck has to be part of it too, though, right? I mean, you go back when you talk about your streak and how you got 26 games in a row. That one touch, ball off the boards that bounces the right way, you can find somebody, or a clearance off the line that we didn't get. I mean, you always have to look personally. I think every individual that played last year can say they can do a lot better. Or better, right? I think that's the next thing that we have to look at this year. I think we have to question where we stand fitness wise, right? Because you're going to play back to back. Get it out of your head. You're going to do it. You're going to play in tough environments. It's going to happen, and you're going to play against really good players, as you said. But I mean, I think we all just need personal accountability first, and once we have that, and create your own luck, really, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I think most first halves of the games last year, we were within a goal, winning, not winning, but maybe winning one or two, but tied or within a goal. Second half was terrible. So I think the second half, the first shift, needs to be almost exaggerated to where you're focusing so much on that one, just almost to say, hey, don't concede the first goal.
Yeah.
And if we stay 0-0 through the third quarter, then we know the fourth quarter we have a chance. And so just locking that focus in, I think offensively, I think there just needs to be a lot more risk taking. I think we just need to go after it and go forward, because at the end of the day, I mean, I think we played too safe at times.
Yeah.
Just kind of going backwards and keeping the ball, because I think we were in the mindset of we have a 1-0 lead, or we have we're
we stopped
1-1
playing the way we were,
and we don't want to take a shot, risk losing the ball, and then they counter on us and we get scored on, because then we feel like here it goes again. So for me, I think still though, taking that risk, and it's indoor. So going forward, creating, we lose the ball.
Yeah.
But I think we need to just be a little bit more free. Let guys use their ability. Let guys use their talents that bring them to the team. Kind of incorporate that in and go for it. Special teams wise, I think was one of our worst statistical year that I've been a part of. Was power play offense, power play defense. Power play defense wasn't actually too bad. I mean, when you're power play defense, you're going to get scored on, but power play defense might have been the better one. But 6 attacker, I think, was terrible. I mean, I was on it most of the time, but I mean, just yeah. I mean, it just wasn't. It wasn't very good 6 attacker wise. Set pieces wise as well was very tough. We normally create a lot of chances off our set pieces, and it just wasn't there this year. So I think a little bit more emphasis on that. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's so hard because any game you can win, any game you can lose. It doesn't matter whether you're top or bottom. I mean, obviously last year we beat Tacoma. Tacoma at that time was they were fighting for playoffs, you know, or they were in a playoff spot. So, and I thought, I mean, we weren't lucky to win that game. I think it was a week prior to that or previously we were beating them as well in the last 30 seconds, and then they came back and tied the game and beat us in overtime. So again, we were there. We had San Diego 3-0 in the first quarter here at home. San Diego is one of the better teams in the league. So, I mean, it can be done, but it just, yeah, I think it's there. I think there's enough talent for sure. Some of the new guys that came on this year had good. It's hard to look at it, but they had some good years. Some of the new players that we can count on for years. If they're here, we can count on for years later. But bringing that back, hopefully, you know, we'll bring in some newer players here and there. But I think, like I said, I think it can be a good run. I think it's going to be hard because not a lot of teams are going to give us the respect that we deserve. Being a team in the league, they're going to say, hey, they were bottom, let's just pound on them. They're going to go after you with confidence.
Us too. That could.
I hope it does. I mean, I hope they take us lightly. I really do, because I think that'll open the doors for us a little bit this year. But obviously with the 2 new teams that are in the league now this year, that'll bring some new flavor into the mix and some new places to travel and stuff like that. But it's going to be should be a fun year. But I think we can get back to it. I think the Sidekicks can get there.
I believe so too. I think it's time for us to start wrapping up. I think what we just talked about, it's a good way to end the segment here.
It's the most serious podcast I've ever been on. It's very serious.
Because I'm on it.
It was because you were on it. Why do you have to be so serious?
Just my life.
It is. I know. You're very serious.
Yeah, I know.
You're going grey though.
White.
Well, these guys finish off. Thank you guys for listening. Please go like, subscribe, leave a comment, and then stay tuned for the next one. We don't know who's going to be on it, but whoever it is going to do a great job on it. So thank you guys for watching. See y'all next season.